5 quarterbacks. That is how many the Cleveland Browns have right now in their training camp roster. And no, this isn't an exaggeration or a typo, this is real. 5 active quarterbacks on one team, all fighting for a spot, all hoping to lead the same offense, and right in the middle of this chaos is Shedeur Sanders, a rookie with a famous name, a calm attitude, and now, a very uncertain future. The Browns just signed Tyler Huntley, a mobile quarterback who started games for the Ravens and someone who brings real NFL experience. Add him to a room that already had Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, rookie Dillon Gabriel, and of course, Shedeur Sanders, and you have got one of the most confusing quarterback situations in the league. Most teams carry 2 or maybe 3 QBs in camp, sometimes 4, but 5 quarterback in a team isn't just depth. That's a crisis of identity. Let's rewind for a moment. When Shedeur Sanders entered the 2025 NFL Draft, expectations were high. Some saw him as a second-round talent. Others expected him to go in the 3rd, but almost nobody expected him to fall all the way to the 5th round. When the Browns finally picked him, fans thought it was a steal, a low-risk, high-upside pick. They thought Cleveland had landed a possible future star at a bargain. But what's happened since that draft day has been anything but encouraging. Instead of grooming Shedeur or giving him a chance to compete for real reps, the Browns seemed to bury him in the rotation. Kenny Pickett, who they traded for, was already ahead of him. Joe Flacco, the veteran, got most of the leadership attention. Then came Dillon Gabriel, another rookie. And now, Tyler Huntley, yet another quarterback who brings experience, mobility, and most importantly, a safe option for coaches. That's 5 names in one room, and only 1 or 2 will survive when the regular season begins. So where does that leave Shedeur? So far, he hasn't been given any first-team reps. He's mostly thrown during warm-ups or late drills with third-string receivers, no headline moments, no viral clips, no major coaching quotes about his development. And yet, through all this, Shedeur hasn't complained. He hasn't posted cryptic tweets or done moody interviews. He's just kept working, quietly, consistently, the way professionals do. In fact, just a few days ago, Shedeur made a surprising personal decision. He asked his father, Deion Sanders, not to attend training camp, not because of any problems, but because he didn't want distractions. He didn't want extra media coverage. He wanted to earn this himself, without his father's shadow over his shoulder. That shows maturity, focus, and a clear understanding of how hard this business is. But unfortunately, maturity doesn't always guarantee opportunity, especially in the NFL. The preseason is just around the corner, and the Browns are going to need to make some serious decisions. No team in the league keeps 5 quarterbacks, and not everyone will make it to the regular season. Someone will be cut, someone might get traded, someone could end up on the practice squad. The question is, will Shedeur even get the chance to fight for one of those spots? The situation is made worse by the fact that injuries have started to impact the Browns camp, especially at quarterback. That's probably part of the reason Huntley was brought in. They needed bodies, but when you're fighting for every rep, every snap matters, and Shedeur's window to prove himself is shrinking fast. Fans have noticed. Social media is buzzing. Some are calling the Browns quarterback room the $385 million factory of sadness, a reference to how much money has been poured into a group that still has no clear starter. Others are begging the coaching staff to just give Shedeur a real shot. They see his talent, they see his calm under pressure, and they want to believe in the underdog. And that's the real heart of this story. It's not just about depth charts or training camp battles, it's about a young player trying to earn a name for himself outside of his father's legacy. It's about fighting uphill against veteran contracts, front office politics, and the brutal numbers game that defines the NFL preseason. What happens next will depend on one thing: performance. If Shedeur gets snaps in the preseason games and makes the most of them, he might force the Browns to keep him. But if the reps go to the veterans, or if the coaching staff leans toward experience over potential, he could be left out of the final 53-man roster before he ever takes a real NFL snap. So what would you do if you were in Shedeur's position? Would you stay quiet and wait your turn, or demand a trade to a team that might actually believe in you? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily NFL breakdowns, draft drama, and behind-the-scenes stories like